I spent 8 wonderful years here. I will tell you that many changes have taken place. One of the greatest changes has been this jury room, because when I served here, it was really like a holding cell. It was really not a pleasant place. But great improvements have been made. I want to thank my good friend Dan Corsi, whose children, our sons, were friends, and they managed to survive their teenage years and not get into, or at least not get caught getting into too much trouble. And certainly I want to thank Presiding Justice Carly for the kind introduction, and I want to thank the artist Nancy Wallace, who I think has done a wonderful job, and for Mark Anthony Scott and for Doug A. Holt and everyone else that was on the committee that put this together. I told Presiding Justice Carly on the way over here, it's been a number of years since I had my portrait done. That there is one that hangs over my fireplace in my den. And I was in Puerto Rico on a vacation, and 2 older women, they seem young to me now, but 2 older women said, you know, watching this artist do this chalk drawing, they said, you should really have him do your portrait because you'll never look better than you do now. And in large measure, they were absolutely correct. But, you know, to get back those looks, I wouldn't lose what I have in my head. Thank you to all of you members of the Portrait Committee, my fellow judges, members of the legal community, and my many friends who are here today. It is really a distinguished honor, and I'm humbled and honored by all of your presence here today. I have not achieved any of my successes without help and guidance of so many wonderful judges, lawyers, and others, including my children, as I say, who are at work, and I had the good fortune to become a lawyer in 1976. It is so clear to me now that that was the perfect profession for me. And then to begin my judicial career with what, in my opinion, was the best bench in the state of Georgia. Just wonderful judges, wonderful men, and I did finally earn their respect and got, I'm just one of the boys buttons, you know, and that's in spite of the fact that when I took the bench, I was sworn in on a Tuesday morning, and that afternoon I took the bench not knowing what motions were coming in, what the cases were, nothing. And they also had me presiding that week, just to make sure, you know, I was broke in properly. But that bench was comprised of, I believe, Clarence Peeler, incredible judge, Curtis Tillman, who was our administrative judge for many, many years in a wonderful person, Dan Corsi, Hilton Fuller, Jim Weeks, Chuck Celia, and Bob Castellano, some who are still here. They were not only my mentors, but also my good friends then, and remain my good friends now. DeKalb County still has a wonderful bench, a bench to be proud of, and wonderful attorneys who practice here. I love the practice of law and all of those in this noble profession. Many a lawyer is my good friend, and they do honor every day to our profession and serve the citizens of Georgia well. I have this quote that I think is a really clear indication of how important this is to me. And this is a quote from former Chief Justice of the United States Supreme Court, Charles Evans Hughes. He served as an Associate Justice, retired to run for president, and then was appointed Chief Justice and served in that capacity from 1930 to 1941. And I think he says it as eloquently as it can be said. The highest reward that can come to a lawyer or a judge is the esteem of his or her professional brethren. That esteem is won in unique conditions and proceeds from an impartial judgment of professional rivals. It cannot be purchased. It cannot be artificially created. It cannot be gained by artifice or contrivance to attract public attention. It is not measured by pecuniary gains. It is an esteem that is born in sharp contest and thrives despite conflicting interests. It is an esteem commanded solely by integrity of character and by brains and skill in the honorable performance of professional duty. In a world of imperfect humans, the fault of human clay are always manifest. The special temptations and the tests of lawyers are obvious enough, but considering trial and error, success and defeat, bar slowly makes its estimate, and the memory of the careers which it approves are at once its most precious heritage and the important safeguard of the interests of society so largely in the keeping of the profession of the law and its manifold services. And I think that's the honor you have given me today. And thank you so very much.